3. Changing light into electrical signals. A. Light-sensitive cells, rods, and cones. The light-sensitive cells, namely rods and cones, are transducers that detect light and send electrical impulse along the optic nerve to the brain. At the point where the optic nerve is connected, there is no light-sensitive cell on the retina. It is called blind spot, at which the image is not detected. On the other hand, at the point where the principal axis of the eye lens passes through the retina, which is called yellow spot, and it is where the real image is formed when we look at it directly, there is a high density of cones which detect light of different colors, so that we can see its finest details. However, cones only work under bright light conditions. On the other hand, when under dim light conditions, rods work better. Rods are found everywhere inside the retina, but not the yellow spot, to leave rooms for cones. Nevertheless, there are more cones than rods on the retina. Cones detect color of light, while rods detect light intensity. That explains why we see things as different degrees of gray under dim light conditions without color. B. Spectral response and receptor absorption curves. The light-sensitive cells are receptor. The receptor absorption curves show that rods and different types of cones are sensitive to different ranges of visible light. And there are, in fact, 3 types of cones: red, green, and blue. Each is sensitive to a different range of visible light. When visible light of a certain frequency falls on the retina, the type of cones that is most sensitive to the frequency is most likely stimulated, while the other 2 types are less stimulated. The combined effect of their nerve pulses sent to the brain may identify the color of the light. Example 2. Receptor absorption curves. To answer this question, you must be able to recall the approximate wavelength of visible light and the absorption range of different types of cones. Remember that the type of cone that is most sensitive to a certain frequency of light is most likely stimulated, while the other 2 types are stimulated to a smaller amount. Do check point 2 on the next page.